Pete Prisco's top 100 is out on CBS Sports.com, and naturally quarterbacks dominate his list. Tops on that list, Patrick Mahomes. 5 franchise quarterbacks can be found inside the top 10, and that doesn't even include Lamar Jackson. The 2019 NFL MVP was a top 10 player last year after not being on the top 100 list the season prior. It basically means that things can change in a heartbeat. Taking a deeper look into Prisco's top 10, Josh Allen is what Lamar Jackson was in 2020. Buffalo quarterback wasn't in the top 100 last year, but finds himself at 10 after leading the Bills to their first AFC East title since 1995. And there are 3 defensive players in the top 10, headlined by Aaron Donald at number 2 behind Mahomes. And we got Pete Prisco to wake up with us here on HQ AM, senior NFL writer here to explain his list. So Pete, take me through the domination of the quarterbacks here, specifically in your top 100 and top 10.
Yeah, when you look at the quarterback position in the NFL, we know quarterbacks dictate everything that happens in this league. And now they're getting more and more power, as you can see with guys like Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson kind of squawking about their situations and maybe ways to get out of them. But they run the league. I mean, as it relates to on-the-field play, if you don't have a quarterback, you're damned. If you do have a quarterback, he will cure your ills. And if you have a franchise quarterback, you're going to have sustainable success for a long time. And you look at Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs and what he's done to turn that team around. Now you think Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills, what he's done with that team to make them a contender year in and year out. I think Justin Herbert's going to get there with the Chargers, and on it goes. If you have a quarterback, sustainable success will come if he's a franchise guy, and you can build your team around them.
You were one of the first guys to be high on Josh Allen from draft night. What is it about him? How high did you think about moving him? Eventually, of course, settling on 10.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that I've actually gotten pushback that he's not higher on the list, which, you know, look, I've been a big Josh Allen guy from day one. I thought he was the best quarterback in that draft coming out. I love the way he threw the football. I thought he played with some bad receivers at Wyoming and balls, you know, doinked off their chest, and he would be better. It took him a little time. The Bills weren't prepared to play him early on. They didn't have a great offense around him. But as you got better and better, you could see the growth of Josh Allen. And I don't think what he did last year is a fluke. I think he's going to come back and play at the same high level. And in fact, I think he's going to improve as a passer. Let's not forget, he still ran a lot last year. Eventually, he's going to settle in and throw the ball a lot more from inside the pocket. He can still get outside and make plays with his legs, but I think he's going to improve as a pocket passer this season in 2021.
It's a big reason why he was one of the best fantasy options last year. Continues to be that here in the summer before we get for next season. Pete, when you put this list together, was there a common theme where maybe you struggled, maybe a position player or something? Take us through the thought process there.
Yeah, some of the guys I really struggled with were the injured guys, and those are always tough to deal with. You look at a guy like Nick Bosa. I think Nick Bosa has a chance to be much higher on these lists if he's on the field. He didn't play much last year. Same with a guy like Christian McCaffrey. He was a top 10 player for me last year as well, and he struggled. I struggled with him. You know, guys like that, Derwin James, the safety for the Chargers, he's been banged up a couple different seasons, and that's always concerning. If he's healthy, he might be a top 25 player, but I slotted him in down low near the bottom of the list. So the injured guys were the toughest for me, but I do think when you look at some of those guys, you have to kind of say, okay, he's going to come back and be the same type of player. It's hard to say they will be, but in a lot of situations they get so much good medical treatment that they are exactly the same.
So Pete, since you posted this on CBSSports.com, there have been those on Twitter reacting to those left off the list. Is there a common theme or player that you've heard from in regards to your list?
Well, the Browns fans, you know, now that they've crawled out underneath their rock that they've been, and I'm kidding, Browns fans, I love you. You guys are great fans. But they're vocal because Baker Mayfield wasn't on the list. And he made the just miss part of the list. I did have him on the bottom at times, but after doing some more evaluating and moving and changing guys around, I moved them back down out of the list. They've been the most vocal. And it's not just Baker Mayfield. There's a bunch of other guys that they're angry about. But then again, I don't think you can ever appease any fan base with a list like this. So I'll take it. You can bring it, and we'll see how Baker Mayfield does this year.
Yeah, Twitter has certainly brought it. We've collected a few tweets here. We're going to get our thoughts here from Pete Prisco. Here, Pete, JB Read them and give me your thoughts here.
I have to give Pete Prisco credit. He got everyone talking, and that's his job. But damn, did he get his top 100 all the way wrong. Come on, JB. Try and do it yourself. And people laugh and they say, oh, these lists are easy to do. I can tell you, I struggle with this list as much as any of the ones I've done. And I've been doing this long before there was an NFL Network top 100. I did it way back in the day. Started with a top 50, expanded it to 100. It's hard to do, and this year there's such a big middle class that you could almost take player 45 and switch him with player 20, and you wouldn't have much pushback. It was tough to do this year.
All right, up next we got Ken Carman, who I'm sure is from Cleveland, Pete.
Yeah, well, Zeke Elliott had a Nick Chubb already. Well, Ken Carman is a radio host in Cleveland, and I'm going to be on his show today. So, Ken, bring it, buddy. I'm ready for you.
Nick Chubb, one of the ones, including Baker Mayfield, there, getting at you, Pete. All right, we got a couple more here. Let's get the next one from the champ.
Pete Prisco couldn't pour water from a boot if you wrote instructions on the heel. Can't wait to see his best coaches ever poll. He will no doubt rank Hugh Jackson ahead of Shula and Lombardi. First off, I don't want to have water in my boot ever, and I don't wear boots. As far as best coaches poll, I can promise you, I know Hugh Jackson. I've known him for a long time. He would not be in any top 10 list. I guarantee you that.
And lastly, we've got one from Mid-Major Matt coming up right now, Pete.
Not only is Pete the most miserable columnist in sports, he's an idiot too. No one would say Kirk is better than Kyler, and he's talking about Kirk Cousins being ranked ahead of Kyler Murray. Kirk Cousins had a better year than Kyler Murray. As far as me being miserable, not in the least. Come on, Tommy, you play golf with me. I'm a happy guy on the golf course.
Happy is not exactly how I would describe it. Brandon's right next to me as well. Maybe unhappy might be a better word, whether you're going good or bad. Our thanks to Pete Prisco, reading his mean tweets there and addressing them here on HQ. Appreciate it, Pete. Thanks.
You got it.
All right, catch the Pick Six podcast. I love it. It's like, I'm happy all the time. What are some things that Pete say? It's your day, Brandon. Yeah, yeah. It's your day. Congratulations. After hole number three. After hole number three. Yeah, it comes back to win.
A lot of clubs flying.
Will Brinson's a big golfer, too, by the way. Check out him and the Super Friends, your daily NFL fix. Download and follow the Pick Six, where Pete Prisco is a regular on that pod.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.